Music for large space, happening here in Hartford at the Trinity Episcopal Church. And this piece started to come together inspired by Benjamin Britten's War Requiem, which took place in the very nearby St. Joseph's Cathedral. And while I was an audience member there and really enjoyed the performance, I felt a little removed from the orchestra and the chorus, which were at the opposite end of the church. And I started to imagine a piece where the performers were completely surrounding the audience and where the sound was coming from different directions in very coordinated and uncoordinated ways. And then the piece evolved very circuitously after that. At first I had ideas that I threw out, and in the last, let's say, year and a half, it started to take on a little bit more of a humorous tone, and particularly in the middle of the piece, as I saw it as being a way to have fun. Hopefully, music is about healing too, so there's meditation, but hopefully where the audience would feel that they were at the center of the piece and really integral in the creation of the piece. So I want to introduce Maestro James Jackson up front here, because he's really, in an instrumental way, had to do with making this piece happen. And our third cohort is Maestro Matthew Kramer, who has put together all the vocal sounds in this piece.
I was thinking of the last few weeks from the first time we started to prepare with the chorus, and the time today in the first big rehearsal in the space, about what the piece was. And it comes down to, for me, one word, really is energy. Whether it's energy of excitement, laughter, or even energy in meditation. There's always this energy that's present throughout the whole piece, which is great. Even energy in the silence. It's so important sometimes when we hear music that we get a chance to hear the space.
The piece is really about, as Maestro Jackson says, about space. That space can be just the physical space that we're in, but it's also the emotional space that we each bring to anything we do. And I look at this as a large space in the sense of maybe, thinking about the cosmos, if I can get so large as that, but also your individual inner space and where you are with that. So silence is very important. I think the Greeks had it right when they equated astronomy and music. They said astronomy was the movement of large bodies, and music was the movement of large bodies within one's own body. And they put the two together. And more and more I think of music as being a communal activity, one that we share, one that isn't about whose music it is or what it sounds like. It's really about what each listener brings to whatever it is. And we all bring our own stories to wherever we go. So this piece hopefully is just a trigger for people to have their own story about what's going on with them, and hopefully bring them together so they feel connected to one another.
Well said.